We're gonna go like this, and then we're gonna go like this. You'll see, chat, I reconfigured a little bit so that chat wouldn't get in the way of the slides, and that I wouldn't get in the way, and this will hopefully make for a much better VOD. Are we fucking ready, chat? Are we fucking ready? Let me drink a bit more of my potion. Let's go, Bubblegum. Thank you for basil flipping. Bake Up Jerry Live. Thank you for basil flipping. Okay. Do you think you're ready this time? Bitch. Well. Okay then. Let's fucking get some claps going in the fucking stands, everybody. Come on. Let me hear you. Is the music even playing through this right now? Okay, it is. Let's fucking go. Hey! Clumpy! Jump into the pit! Hey! Clumpy! Yes! Let's fucking go! Slap. Okay, everybody. Calm down a little bit. It's not that crazy. Okay. Just a little recap of how we're doing this, you know. Games are rated by their lasting impact. Do we still fuck with them? The gameplay and the quality, considering when it came out, but also if we go back to them right now, will I actually want to play them? Or will I feel similarly about them? Parappa the Rappa, #1, or I'm unsubbing. You're like the 4th person to say that, and I'm getting really scared. Thank you, Geckos321.
I have listened to rom-coms
Holy shit!
100 or
Let me
more
pause
times.
this.
It's awesome. Thank you for all the laughs and entertainment. I'm happy I found that you stream. Hope you're well.
Damn, Chuck. Thank you so much. $100. I've listened to rom-com probably 100 or more times. So that's $1 per listen of the whole album. And it's not long, but it's not short. Thank you for all the laughs and entertainment. I'm happy I found that you stream. Hope you're well. Thank you so much, Chuck. God damn. That is so generous. Am I about to count to 100 for Chuck? We're about to do it, chat. We've done this before, and I feel like, why did I even have to say it out loud? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. I really appreciate everyone in chat that is trying to count along with me. You guys really synced that up a couple times. That was really impressive. Thank you so much, Chuck. Gilly, this just went 0 to LMM event is 60 seconds. I'm totally ready to sell Tupperware for you, King. What the fuck? I don't know what half of that means, Gilly, but thank you. Bilbo Saggins, congrats on your graduation from grade 13. Thank you for noticing. Okay. He noticed. In top 20, we were grade 13. Some things do change. Some things do change and some people do grow. I think I missed some shit. Clompy, thank you for jumping in the pit. Owen ZR, thank you for basil flipping. Let's fucking go. The Tank 1031, thanks for flipping into the pit. Tom Video Gray, big up to the Big J, thank you Big T. Gilly, multi-level marketing scheme. Oh shit, okay. Yeah, I fuck with that. Okay, let's keep it crockin'. Okay, gameplay quality, both then and now. Obviously, personal love and connection. That, at the end of the day, we can consider all of these things, but I'm going with my gut of just like, what game do I not want to exist on this planet? I think is a very simple way of putting it. Like, they're kind of ranked on like, okay, I could do without this, but not, I don't know. You get what I mean. Okay. Ground rules, once again. Needs to have console exclusivity for that generation of PlayStation. So even if I got a Windows port or future remaster on Xbox or Nintendo, that's fine, as long as it wasn't during that gen. You follow along, kids? Solid Sad. Next album win. Love everything you do. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate you, Solid Sad. I'm working on it. That's all I can say, but I'm working on it. I'm trying my best. Shit, the song ran back. Let's fucking go. Okay. Example, GTA Trilogy not counting even though it was PS2 exclusive at first. If not, bet your ass all 3 would be on this list. Same goes for Resident Evils, etc. Need to take a breath. My sick chest, nose, and cough are taking a toll. Okay. Chat, can you do a drum roll in chat? I didn't queue up any sort of sound effect, but if you guys can like do a sort of beatbox drum roll. Drum roll, skirt, bong. Okay. All right. And for number 10, The Last of Us Part 2. I know. Listen, chat. I am surprised as you are. I know. Look, this is... I've thought about... So like I was saying, I mean, I think that if you... Wait. What the fuck? No. What? Okay, that's right. So anyways, like I was saying about PT. Oh my god, your little ass is so good. God damn. Jakey, that ruled. Dude, when I was setting it up last night, I was gonna keep the bit as long as I could, but once that actually worked, I was like, all right, I gotta actually be able to talk about this. Oh man, it's not The Last of Us Part 2. Come on now, It's PT, and let me tell you why. Scariest game ever made, no doubt about it, and I think I just had to prove it to you real quick. I think part of the reason I need to be able to talk about this little prank that I did is because as I was setting up the duplicate scenes last night to like do that, I fucking scared myself because I had to download clips of her and place it and do all this that like when I went to bed already sick and having weird sick dreams, I was like, why the fuck did I just stare at pictures and clips of Lisa for like 3 hours? PT's still the scariest game I've ever seen. Let's go. Yes, okay. So... Arbiter, 2001. Thought my Wi-Fi was failing on that wee prank. Let's fucking go. Muscular Cabbage became a member on YouTube. Gilly, first reason you will shit your pants. Second reason you're gonna shit your pants. Yes, dude. Hall Frats, thank you for jumping in the pit. Yelling at X Games mode. Okay. Let's talk about it. Scariest game ever made, no doubt about it. I feel extremely confident in that, and I feel like that little bullshit I just pulled is exemplary
hey, Jakey, your audio
of that.
cut out maybe glitch. Where Last of Us 2?
I don't know, Johnny Tsunami. It's such a good game. I don't know what happened. Forever changed horror games with photorealistic first-person POV, and I think that is incredibly true. That's why I wrote it. I think Resident Evil 7 was already in development when this came out, but I don't think it would have quite looked how it did and played how it did without this game. I think there's so many other games that are influenced by it. I think it showed why Kojima is Kojima, like so many other games, that it's such a simple premise. And I think why it deserves to be in the top 10 is the fucking impact it had, but also... it's that fucking scary. Like, not only the photorealistic lighting, but all of the little details, plus the possible encounters and the puzzles that you have to solve by, like, working with other people. Like, I can't think of the last time where there was a thing where the internet actually had to, like, come together and solve that was this also fucking scary. Like, this is one of the only games where I was playing it, a friend of mine, Billy, had a PS4 before I did, and it was like, oh yeah, there's this new game, like no one really knew what it was. And he's like, yeah, it's really fucking scary, and I was like, oh, I play a lot of games, I play horror games, it's not that bad. And I sat down, and it was like, after the first time I'd gone through a few times, and I was looking in the bathroom, and her face popped in the door and slammed. Like, I didn't even see her standing there, all I saw was that, and I was like, all right, man, you can you can take the controller back. Handwiches, thank you for jumping in the pit. Mike, CMC, stop my jerk sesh to be here. Love your vids, yo. Appreciate your sacrifice. Gilly, dude, the buzz around the PT was nuts. It felt like the last dance for that old internet media style where they just left crumbs and we all discussed it at work. Yes, dude. And I think it's this literal one moment, the look behind you moment, which honestly, should I just pull it up on YouTube? Should we just watch it real quick? Do you guys mind getting jump scared another time? At least if you know what's coming, so we can see the example of just like the radio that talks and how it. Okay. Let me go to big camera so I don't accidentally spoil my my own shit. Oh, it's me. Okay. This was one of the mini clips last night when I was like remembering all of the different stuff in PT that, oh my god, just the radio. For context, the radio is chatting through a lot of your playthrough when you're going around. I also saw this when I was reading about it, that someone pointed out, every time you do the loop, if you've played it, you remember, it ends with a little staircase going down. And someone pointed out on this forum that, like, when you think about it, if you're doing the loop over and over, you're kind of just going down and down and down and down, like you're truly descending into hell. And there's all these little details like that, like, quality over quantity. Like, this is not a long game, but oh my god, I think it is the scariest game ever made. This is already spoiling what happens here.
His 6-year-old daughter had the good sense to hide in the bathroom, but reports suggest he lured her out by telling her it was just a game. The girl was found shot once in the chest from point-blank range. The mother, who was shot in the stomach...
Fucking cockroaches on the wall. Starts saying devil numbers.
Seen after neighbors called 911, found the father in his car listening to the radio. Several days before the murders, he looked behind you.
Fuck this game, dude. And it's the most obvious thing that you're like, I know what's gonna happen, but you're still like... Oh my god, dude, the guy was trying to avoid it as much as he could, and it's still just like, ugh. Okay, hold on, I gotta show you another one. Because I think one of the ones that truly fucked me up, yes. Oh my god, just that first one. No, but the one I wanted to show you is the fucking chandelier falling. Yeah, this shit. This bullshit. You're walking for the billionth time. There's writing on the wall. You turn around. Oh, who's standing above? This was the shot I think gave me more nightmares than any of the other ones. And this person cranked the bright. They bass boosted it so you could see. Oh my god. Okay. You get the point. Sorry if I gave even more people nightmares, but the audio design, 11 out of 10. Yes, dude. It's quality over quantity. It's a demo. It's the only demo of its kind. It's that important. I had to put it at 10. I put it, trust, I put a lot of thought into this. I put it over games like Tsushima, God of War 2, all those, because I think that it is that important and that unique, and fuck it. I stand by it. There's nothing else like PT, and it was a PS4 exclusive, and you can't even play it on PS4 anymore. It was exclusive to that time, too. That's as exclusive as it fucking gets. Just Jack GD, thank you for jumping in the pit. Mr. McGreevy, dude, no shit, I played it at my mate Billy's house too. I remember trying to figure out talking or microphone shit. Yeah, dude, I'm not even talking about that part. Like, there's so many crazy mysteries and ways to solve them. Oh my god. Valo Spiff, thank you for jumping in the pit. Gilly, BRB, diapers full, empty that shit out. Noah Van Nest, thank you for becoming a member on YouTube. Okay, let me get my presentation back to where it needs to be. Okay. Continuing on. Fuck the look behind you moment, now you know why. XX420 Scuba Daddy 69. Hell yeah, let's get underwater and weird with it. Thank you for jumping in the pit. The internet scramble to solve the puzzles and complete it was electrifying to follow. Yeah, I basically already said all the reasons. There's still nothing quite like it. Okay, I gotta remember to do these bullet points as I'm yapping about it, but you get it. Okay. The nightmares are over. I promise I'm not going to scare you again. Fortunately for you, that's it. Okay? Whew. Let's take a breath. Let's take a breath. Let's get some 9s in the chat. Turn a 6 upside down. That's a 9 now. 9 time. I'm just going to preface this by saying, if this fucking game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Gilly gifted 9 subs. Thank you, Gilly. The ball pit appreciates you. Let's fucking go. Travis, touchdown mode. PT's hidden meaning by the great debate is a good watch. We should watch that. I would love to learn everything I can about this damn game. Kojima directing Silent Hills, Del Toro attached, Junji Ito on Monster Designs, generational fumble. Dude, for real. And I think that I hope that if I can have one little what is it, Sisyphus? Did I say that right? Pushing up the boulder, that it's like obviously not going to happen, but if I could have one little extra push to make Konami somehow offer enough money to get everyone back together and just keep going from where they were at. I know that is like near impossible, and I'm sure a lot of it is lost or whatever. Like that'd be up there with Half-Life 3, I think, for a game being like, oh my god, they actually made it. Like, oh man. Anyways, Billy Bills, thank you for jumping in the pit. The Speed Stick, thank you for resubbing for 3 months. Let's fucking go. You already know, if this is fucking number 9, we got some heaters on this list. Turn my bitch up. Turn my fucking bitch up. Come on now. That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT! I fucking love this game, dude. This game is so goddamn good. Arguably the most important PS3 exclusive. Because even if this isn't your favorite PS3 exclusive, hell, even if it's not your favorite Uncharted, this game coming out when it did, like 2009, when the PS3 was just getting fucking crushed by the 360, and they were like, fuck it, new logo design, fuck it, we have a console seller that learned so many lessons from the first game, and it's like the best example so far. Like this game, it's probably one of my bullet points. I shouldn't get ahead of myself, but I gotta turn this shit back up. Hold up. It made this shit makes me cry, dude. It's so good. If I could bang a game, this is the one. Facts. Such a good tune, dude. I've used this song in so many videos for so many reasons. God, it's so good. Billiam Lev, that's why he's the GOAT. Misfit Girl 66, thank you for resubbing for 2 months. Okay, what I was gonna say, the song is gonna keep looping and distracting me, but that's fine. Perfect pacing, so many huge lessons learned from the first game. I think so many aspects of this game, obviously there's better third-person shooters. Chloe's hot as fuck. Dude, so is Elena. You know I'm in middle school. You know I'm freaking loving that. There's things that so many other games obviously do better than this now. But the pacing, bro, the pacing of just like it goes from this to this to this to this. It doesn't wander too long on this. This climbing section isn't a fucking billion hours long. This and this, like, oh, this is the template that I think this is one of my bullet points. So let's just see. This game single-handedly got me back into gaming. Music still gives me chills. Yeah, man. Hot Nuggies, thank you for subbing as well, along with the Dino Jones. Okay, Sriracham, thank you for jumping in the pit via Bezos. Isaiah A. LMAO donated. My buddy showed me you back in maybe 18 or 19. Love your content. Also not dead as y'all. Awesome. Cheers, yo. Appreciate you, Isaiah. Let's fucking go. Mission Impossible basically lifted the entire train sequence. The game's still relevant. Yes, dude. Someone a second ago who said so many games had trains after this. Hell fucking yeah, they did. Black Ops 6 has a gunfight map that's on a train. That's like the best gunfight map. But anyways. This created the PS exclusive "You are playing a movie" template, for better or worse, because as we all know, there's aspects to PlayStation exclusives that are like, hold forward during this boring ass cutscene where Mary Jane sneaks around and you don't get to play as Spider-Man, and that's not great, but that was very important and unique for like what a PlayStation exclusive is, and I still love them even if sometimes they frustrate me. And this is the template. Before God of War 2018, before The Last of Us Part 2, before all that shit. This right here. Sostiak, thank you for jumping in the pit. Jalapeno, thank you for reselling for 3 months. Let's go. The set pieces. Oh my god, the falling building. I played this on a CRT. I didn't even have an HD TV, and this shit blew my ass. This shit blew my ass. The falling building sticks out. Obviously, the train, the snow physics. Oh my god, dude. When you get to the fucking ice level with the Yetis and the way that the snow is moving around your feet, like, Naughty Dog still makes the prettiest games I've ever seen. And this, I feel like that trend really started with Uncharted 2, where every single game I was just like, what the fuck am I looking at right now? The subway ad in Uncharted 3. I mean, we're talking about Uncharted 2 right now, but I know what you're talking about. The set pieces, and oh my god, the fact that it didn't feel as sloppy as the first one and was actually fun in like a way that Gears of War was, but you also had the mobility of getting around cover and jumping around and stuff. And because of that, the fucking multiplayer, I put so many hours into, dude. I didn't play the multiplayer in this much in any other Naughty Dog game, but Uncharted 2 was like my Call of Duty, and dare I say I was pretty good at it. But the maps and arenas and the way that you could jump around them and like the sniper, oh, I love the multiplayer, dude. It was so good. And the game stood on its own so good without it, and it didn't even need to be that good, but it was. But Dingus, thank you for resubbing for 3 months. Let's fucking go. Okay. Uncharted 2. PT, Uncharted 2. Uncharted 2, such a good game. Such an important game. Played it a shit ton, single player and multiplayer. So good. So good. Did these games start yellow paint? Yes. I think especially the second one. It got more and more as they went on, but I think the second one really started that, like, ooh, there's a yellow flag. Maybe I have to climb up to this sign. Also, when, yeah, the car chasing you in the, what city is that it's early on that the demo took place in, and you have to climb up, like, the street signs and stuff? Dude, blew my ass out of the water. Brontes, thank you for jumping in the pit. I don't know why I said your name like that. Okay, but let me also just say this. I'm from Brooklyn. That's all right. Number 8. Uncharted 2. Amazing game. Super important game. One of Naughty Dog's best. One of Naughty Dog's best. Uncharted 3? Nah. Uncharted 4. They somehow did it better. Hell fucking yeah. Okay. So this, they weren't like designed to be next to each other in the list, but it just so happened that when I was thinking about both games, originally I had 2 above 4 just because of the nostalgia. But when I went back and I checked them out and I really thought about it, 4 has the best story. And I think because of that, when the graphics and the gameplay and everything eventually age, 4 has the best story, and 4 by far has the best combat and platforming. I think 2 takes the cake when it comes to pacing and some of the memorable set pieces, but I think as a whole 4, oh my god, dude, the fact that it is genuinely like a fun shooter that you can use a grappling hook. Like the combat arenas, the pacing, sometimes it takes a little bit of a dip, but when you finally do get into combat, whether you're doing stealth or actual combat, it's like someone just said, you're gonna make me replay it. Watching this simple GIF is making me be like, dude, I gotta go replay it. It's also very near and dear to me because it was like one of the first games I played when I got a PS4, and I like only got the PS4 because my car got rear-ended and I got a bunch of insurance money, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna be irresponsible and buy a PS4, but it was like right in time to play Uncharted 4. And I think the open world keep section is kind of doo-doo though. That's some of the stuff where I mean that like the pacing isn't quite as good as 2, but I think the high points of Uncharted 4 and the emotional beats of the story, I mean, I gotta just have these bullet points coming through. Series best. It's got that same Bruce Straley, Neil Druckmann combo pack from 2 and The Last of Us, which let's just get it out in the open, chat. The Last of Us is on this list. It's just a matter of where it is, but we know it's on this list. But dude, the fact that these two motherfuckers with, I don't know exactly how the work is split, but of them both being game directors on this, I believe, and Neil Druckmann writing it, which like you can say whatever you want about him, but oh my god, Uncharted 4 and The Last of Us, the writing and the performances and the way that you actually care about the characters, and then whatever the fuck Bruce Straley is doing, because it seems like everything he touches is just gold to play. Like, they finished The Last of Us and immediately, like, they're crunching on that like crazy because they didn't work on 3. And I think it kind of shows, because 3 is really good. It's not on this list. I'm going to tell you right now. Like, it's not going to be better than 4. 3 is good. Even 1 is, like, okay. But I never really feel compelled to return to 3 like I do with 2 and 4. And I think that the story is a little weak compared to 2 and 4. But this one, I think the way it will age will be very, very kind. And every time I've replayed it, and specifically the ending sequence, which, I don't know, I guess spoiler alert if you haven't played these games, just the more quiet moments with Nate and Elena, and that's more of the focus of the story for like the first time in the series, and when you're just like exploring around, driving around with her, and you're like, man, I know that she's kind of mad at him, but I hope they just like love each other again, and then they like slowly start talking more, and like, dude, it's so good. It's so good. And the ending set pieces where you're fully using the grappling hook, just swinging around like the pirate ships and stuff, dude, the combat arenas are so goddamn fun. This, I think, honestly, probably more so than any... I don't know if I could say that, but when I think of like a PlayStation exclusive that like, I'm a gaming ass gamer, I like games that are hard, I like Elden Ring, and then someone that's a bit more casual, when I think of a game that truly like everyone could get something out of, and it's like, oh, go buy that, like that's the console exclusive, that's that platform's like Halo, I think it's Uncharted, and I think it's specifically Uncharted 4. I feel like if there's one game to be like a poster child for modern, like that template that Uncharted 2 set, I think Uncharted 4 is pretty high up there. Pirate part on crushing is crazy, dude. I can't imagine. Okay, let's keep it crocking. Still unbelievably gorgeous. Also that, like, I need to replay the whole thing on PS5 or PC because I'm sure it'll look even better, but oh my god. When Elena shows up at the hotel and it feels like you fucked up, like you, the player, knows you shouldn't have been having fun. Exactly, like the sort of ludonarrative dissonance that is apparent in the Uncharted games where, like, he's killing hundreds of people. Like, they're never gonna solve that issue. But I think focusing more on like the emotional sides of Nate as a character and his relationship with his brother or with his wife and what he wants and why he does what he does, like exploring all of that after you've already had this trilogy of like really great games, it's wow. And dude, everyone acts their ass off. Like Troy Baker as Sam is so fucking good. Why can I not remember Nolan North as Nate, obviously? Still fucking gorgeous. Like, just look at the way the mud is splashed around, even in this, like, 240p GIF. Easily most fun Uncharted platforming. Like, the way Nate feels, even when you're doing the simple climbing and the varied animations he has, and also, obviously, the grappling hook, but what you can do with the grappling hook in and out of combat, it's like... And the fact that it looks and runs as good as it does because it's a Naughty Dog game, and it looks like a movie and it plays like a good game, and I think that's the real achievement. Honestly, that's the most succinct way I can praise this game, is that it looks like those AAA exclusives, but it's actually really fun to play too. So, type shit. Chris Rainbird donated. It said Uncharted 4 is my favorite game ever, a perfect ending that made me genuinely cry. Yeah, dude, I don't think they could have AI generated a more perfect like ending to the series. 24 frames of Nick was good, my bro. Uncharted 4 did the treasure hunt adventure so perfectly with such a neat bow tied up for everything it represents. Yes, dude. And again, the fact that what I was saying about Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley immediately going from The Last of Us and crunching their asses off into this game and crunching this, you can read about it in a really great book called Blood, Sweat, and Pixels by Jason Schreier. And they talk about how fucking hard it was to make this game and to take over from the people that were making it before. But oh my god, how it turned out is something to really celebrate. Cool Ranch, thanks for jumping in the pit 3 minutes ago while I was yapping. Nathan Fillion film win though, dude. I know, Gilly. I know. Dip-a-doo-doo, resub for 3 months and said I just burped. Dude, I feel like I need to. But yeah, this... I can understand... Yo, doze as fuck. Hello, Jakester. Hope you have a wonderful stream. Appreciate you, bro. Crash Bandy part of the intro. Come on now. Yeah, man. They just, like... They know how to pull on your heartstrings in a way that felt deserved. And, didn't feel like forced or like, oh, remember this, but it's like it felt deserved. Best story and performances. Yeah, I gotta do my fucking bullet points. Grappling hook. And I think we've said our piece on this. I think that Uncharted series is very important, and I really loved growing up, and I think if I were to go back as an adult and play anyone regularly, it would definitely be this one. And so when I thought about that, I was like, okay, that makes it better than 2. 2 hits me in my sweet spot and the peak nostalgia, but like the fact that 4 had everything against it and was somehow better and looked like a PS6 game on a PS4, just, that's it. Coke Money says every location sticks with you. The fancy auction, the mud jungle, the pirate island. Yes, dude. We haven't gotten a game like this in a long time, I know. 1 is underrated. I mean, I think so. I think 1 is underrated as an unintentional horror game. I think the back section of that, when the monsters pop out and you don't expect it, is like actually some of the most scared I've been playing a game. Maybe that should have been above PT. Ain't nobody dislikes grappling hooks. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Okay. Let's keep it going. Number 7. Number 7. A very, very important game. One that, I mean shit. I mean hell. Metal Gear Solid 2, bitch. Metal Gear Solid 2. I'll start sneaking around this shit. If this is number 7, what the fuck could be number 1? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Hold on. Wait, MGS2 came to the Xbox, didn't it? I don't care that you broke your elbow and it came on the Xbox, okay? I had to break my own rules, alright? I had to break my own rules. Trust, I know that, okay? That's why I didn't include Tony Hawk. That's why I didn't include GTA games. But level with me, chat. This is a... Hold on a second. Okay, I can't get it off my shelf. It's too low. This is a fucking PS2 game. Also low-key scary, so scary. We'll accept it, thank you. This through... Who the fuck played this on the Xbox? Come on now. Subsistence did, not MGS2 if you want to be that guy. Sure, we could be that guy. But, oh my god, this cover art, the fact that it came out in 2001, so early in the PS2 and was like a system seller. I watched my brother play it on PlayStation. It's my list at the end of the day. Who gives a fuck? Liquid Jakey subscribed. I take that as fucking approval. This game changed my life, Gilly. Yeah, and this is why low-key justified thank you. This is how I came to the decision, as I was like thinking about all of the games playing on PlayStation, what was important. You think Metal Gear Solid, you think PlayStation. This is like the one exception, and it's arguably one of the most important ones, and I just wanted to talk about it. Xbox doesn't have pressure-sensitive buttons, so did it really get the game at all? That's what I'm saying. And also, I didn't really know how you guys were going to respond. So in the event you did take issue, I had a backup plan. This game is too important to the PS2 library to not include. I'm sorry, bro. In my heart, it's a PS2 game. We will rewrite the history books. And you guys seem to be cool with that, but in the event you weren't, just pretend that it's Thrasher's Game Destroy. If that's what you need to get through the list, just pretend it's fucking Thrasher, alright? I had a backup pick enabled, but that's we just making up rules now. No, okay, come on. This person on the YouTube chat says, KSD98, playing on the Duke controller sounds crazy. Exactly. You should be locked up in prison, fucking hell jail for that. This game was on Dreamcast. Don't lie to me. Don't fucking lie to me. Ziggity Bob. Spider-Man better be in this top 10. Ugh. Sorry about that. Thank you for reselling though. Okay, let's keep talking about MGS2. One of the greatest sequels ever, completely defying all expectations and raising the bar. The fact that it aimed for 60 FPS on a PS2 and looked like how this GIF looks, the rain effects on the tanker, the fucking intro cutscene when he jumps off that bit, that's the same song that Burial sampled in Archangel. I know my shit. The fucking first person aiming with the laser sight, the fact that you could hold up guards that were actually intelligent and get their dog tags. Oh my God. I could talk about this game for the entire hour of the presentation. The unexpected switch to Raiden as the protagonist that pissed people the fuck off. But Big Shell is so fucking gorgeous and you didn't know where the hell it was going. Mind-blowing graphics and tech. I already talked about all that shit, but honestly, it's crazy. Most Kojima-ass game ever with the Kojimiest story that breaks the fourth wall and even predicts modern AI bullshit. Yes, for the people that know, Raymond Esquera on YouTube says, wait no, MGS2 goated is what you said, but above you, what Doth Life said, I played on Xbox, frowny face. Well, you're still allowed to be here, and I represented you up here. For real chat, I spent a lot of time on this list, probably like an embarrassing amount, and no matter how many different permutations I had of trying to figure it out, it just felt wrong to not have MGS2 in here, and so I just said, fuck it. Jax5471, thank you for jumping in the pit. The story is insane. It's Kojima as fuck. There's so many cutscenes. They're all really impressive and really impressively directed, but there are so many of them. It's so long. People talk so much. But if you have the patience for it, I do think that it is pretty rewarding, and the conclusion and where it gets to and some of the fourth wall breaks and the sort of story about AI and who's controlling whatever and how it fucking is eerily predicting what's happening right now it's insane. And it's also, I think this is one of my bullet points. Still looks and plays like a dream with some exceptions. Obviously some aspects of the combat or some of the like radar, and you have to, I'm not going to get super in the weeds because I don't want to spoil anything, but for the large majority, and you can play it on PC, it's an HD collection, I played it on the Steam Deck, the vibe is impeccable, the like soft lighting of the Big Shell with the seagulls and everything, like, goddamn, laugh and grow fat. Raiden segments suck, that's the thing, is initially you feel like they do just because you're not Solid Snake, but going back to it, I actually like Raiden, and maybe it's just, the nostalgia or whatever, but like, I like that that without spoiling it, but I guess I'm just gonna spoil it, that's like kind of the whole point of the game, is it's this, only Kojima would do this, and it's the same thing with PT, this like meta-ass, like, this is a sequel to an experience that you have had, but this is also a sequel to what happened in Metal Gear Solid, and it's also kind of a simulation to Raiden of what happened to Snake, which is also what happened to you if you played the first game, and it gets super fucking meta, and I think that I'm so happy he made the choice he did, because that's why we all remember this shit. Raiden's dialogue is pretty whiny though, don't lie to me, Jay. Yeah, it's like, I'm not saying it's perfect, okay? He's kind of a little bitch, but it's fine, and he looks cool, and he's got the skin-tight suit with the rib cage, and he does the fucking aerial flips when you roll, and that's cool, alright? My friends and I still randomly go, the lolly lule though? Let's go, it's Triggs. Blank Chiro, thank you for jumping in the pit. XX Spaghetti, resub for 2 months. Whee! Appreciate you all. The only guy with gun cover art that is the sickest shit ever. Yoji Shinkawa, Kojima's bro, the guy who does all the art, even up to Death Stranding. He is the GOAT. I have a signed book from him. The way this gun looks, the orange with the white, that splash. Tell me you don't go into GameStop, see this, and go, okay, I'll buy a PS2. Like, this is like top 5 covers ever, and it's a guy with a gun, and I know I hated on that, but the composition of this and his art style, talk to me fucking nice, dude. Talk to me nice. Hold up, let me pull it off the shelf. I'll wiggle it out. Okay, I don't know if I'll wiggle it out. Talk to me fucking nice. Look at that. Look at that shit. Solid Snake is back in the latest installment of the critically acclaimed series from director Hideo Kojima. Top secret. Dude, that's the other thing. There is only screenshots from the fucking tanker, and it only shows Solid Snake. Even the fucking box was like, yeah, it's gonna be on this fucking ship, and you're gonna play Solid Snake. Isn't that so cool? Isn't that what you want from a sequel? Can I touch it? Yeah, next time. This game rips. I just realized the music was probably really loud, but I wiggled it out. Okay. Moving on. All right, chat. No more cheating. No more cheating. That's the only exception. Shout out Paramore. That is the only exception. Technically, it was on Xbox. The rest of these games, they're legit. I triple, double, dare, dog checked. I miss reading the back of boxes. Straight up. I kind of want to read a little bit more of the back of this. Features, new moves and infiltration methods, such as diving somersaults or hanging from ledges. That shit blew my mind. And using disguises. True. Dude, the fact that you could squeeze the triggers, and when you're hanging, you would pull up, and if you did that over and over, it would actually make your like, yeah, it'd make your stamina gauge bigger, because it's like you're working out 100 times to level up. See? Powerful musical score composed by Harry Gregson Williams, Enemy of the State, Armageddon, The Rock. Type shit. God damn, this game is so... And the pressure-sensitive buttons, holding guys up. What the fuck? So, inside of this case, this would probably be on here if it wasn't exclusive, is Spider-Man 2. The correct disc. But also the Substance version from the collection. Because I guess I got that at some point. So I must have moved at some point and put 3 fucking games in this one case. And they're going back in the same case. Also, when games had fucking manuals, that I get it's probably a waste of paper and a huge cost, but look at this. And look at how thick it is. And I'm sure there's zero mention of Raiden in the manual either. Oh? Actually, no. There is. It shows swimming, and he's there. Sorry for this tangent, chat. Yeah, oh, actually, there's hella screenshots of Raiden on Big Shell. And the reason... Oh, and there's an instruction manga in this bitch, too. The reason I am checking this is because, as many of you know, and especially my ass, where it was like the nearest GameStop was an hour away in Rapid City, you'd get a new game, and you would pop it open in the car and start looking at the manual. Oh, bitch, they have directions for when you get the sword. They spoil all sorts of shit. So, like, if you're looking at this... You might not be as surprised when it switches. I mean, you still probably would, but you might be like, oh, that's why there was the guy on the thing. It is crazy, though, how manuals used to be, like, a necessary thing. I feel like Donkey or someone talked about this in a video, that, like, this period where they were finally teaching you in the game, you didn't really need this, but the fact that this still has stuff of, like, these are healing items. This is how you hang. This is what you do. It's like, oh, yeah, games used to actually require you to read some shit. Oh, and they're advertising this shit on the back? I would have put Silent Hill 2 on this list, but like, just because you already know it's one of my favorite games. But that, to me, it was on Xbox. A friend growing up had it on Xbox. It didn't feel quite as imperative to the PS2 as Metal Gear Solid 2 because, you know, Silent Hill 2 and 3 were on Xbox. But honestly, if we were playing by my bullshit rules, Silent Hill 2 would probably be like top 3. But anyways, Metal Gear Solid 2, number 7. Kojima hit it out the park. But that was not his best game on the PS2. Talk to me fucking nice. Metal Gear Solid 3. Specifically, the Subsistence version. As time goes on, MGS2, innovative, powerful. Fucking, it was important. What game do I go back and play the most? Fucking 3. Fucking 3. Other than Vice City, PS2 game I probably played the most. Bitch, I beat this on Extreme. I beat this without getting any alerts or kills, and it was a nightmare, and I had to just save and then hit all the buttons to reload to the main menu anytime I got caught. Like, and again, just like the Uncharted games, it wasn't intentional of putting the game and its sequel right next to each other on the list. It just happened that way, but like, man, I fucking love this game. 2 back-to-backs in the same list. I know, when it worked out that way, I was like, this is gonna feel like it's a scam or something, but it's not. I swear to you, Sacred Pain. Hey Jakey, longtime fan, did you know you can level up your grip by doing pull-ups while hanging off the rails and also driving for higher levels? Yes, but thank you for fucking donating. We were just chatting about that. Jakey's in his lemon peppa steppas, dude. That's one of my favorites off of Alfredo 2. How is this not top 5? This is what I'm saying, YouTube chat. Dement, this is what I'm saying. If this is number 6, what the fuck are the top 5? I know I made the list, but what the fuck are the top 5? This game, I put so many hours into this game. And I think as great as 2 is, this, easiest story to follow and arguably most emotionally effective because of it. Granted, I haven't played Death Stranding 1 all the way, and I haven't played Death Stranding 2, and people said Death Stranding 2 is a really good story, but I think that Metal Gear Solid 3 is Kojima at his best, still doing his Kojima shit, but like clearly channeling his influences of like Bond and fucking spy movies, and you can actually kind of follow what's going on. It doesn't have to get super heady, it still gets really anime and still gets really fucking flashy and crazy, but like, man, it hits. It was the best movie, yes. And how the fuck did it look like how it did on a PS2? I don't understand that. Even this like blown out gif of going up the ladder, it's not the correct colors and stuff, but it had like has such like a soft color palette, and the way the lighting like blooms and looks, I don't know, I just always think of the different sections of this game, and it's almost like scary how dense the atmosphere is of some of the zones. Who's Nolan? Thank you for subbing. Braxton Swine, thank you for jumping in the pit. Gilly said, I give my life not for honor but for you. Appreciate you, Gilly. Okay. Innovative stealth mechanics that made me obsessed with the genre. I played this game so much, and this was before I honestly think I played
Would highly recommend reading Jeff Keighley's article from his
time at
GameSpot.
About the final hours of MGS2 goes into development. Tremendous.
Ooh.
Dude, I think I read or watched something about his appreciate your donations, Tiordi, by the way, but I think he did a similar thing for Half-Life 2, and I fucking loved that, so I definitely got to check that out. Appreciate that. I feel like Remake won't do the game justice. Well, here's the thing. Sons of Liberty walks so Snake Eater can run, yes. Senator Sharks, thank you for jumping into the pit. There's a part of me that's like, oh, Kojima kind of toned it back because some people didn't like that he played as Raiden in 2 and just this and that, but it's like, man, I think regardless of how you look at it, it's just a fucking good game. And I think it was just all of the mechanics from 2 and 3, and why I did the subsistence version is it added like a free moving 3D camera you could actually move around, because Snake Eater is great, but the top-down camera in some of the zones, and if you're playing on extreme where they don't give you any sort of sonar or anything and you're constantly having to just like look forward in front of you, it's not the best. But I will say, in Subsistence, you can click it and go between the two, and there's some areas where the fixed camera angles I actually think are really, really pretty, and they kind of frame the scene really well. So anyways, in this version and the HD versions, you can switch between. The fact that you could change the console time to kill the old man is crazy. Yes, dude, all the boss fights, oh my god, so good. Sailor Goon, crazy name, thank you for jumping in the pit. Senator Sharks, once again, thank you. But yes, dude, I feel like this game really got me obsessed for a long time with modern stealth games. Like, if I didn't play this game, I wouldn't have gotten into Hitman, I wouldn't have gotten into Dishonored, I wouldn't have gotten into probably like Assassin's Creed games even. Like, I used to just replay the first zones, experimenting with all the different CQC shit you could do. You could interrogate them, you could choke them out, the pressure sensitive, if you press really hard, you'd fucking slit their throat, hold them up from behind, make them shake out their loot. Like, man, all the inventive set pieces, dude. The first time I played it, and they drop you in that dark ass cave, and you still think it's a cutscene, and then you see the health bar, and you're just like, wait, what the fuck? And not looking anything up. I was in like 8th grade, and I persevered, and I didn't look anything up. And the fact that like your eyes slowly, like I'm talking in-game, Snake's eyes slowly adjust, so even though it's pitch black, it starts to get a little bit brighter, and then you pick up the torch, and then you realize the exit was actually close to you the whole time, and you loop around and you find some... Jake, no spoilers. Dude, I'm sorry if you're watching this list, I just assume you've played most of these games, but man, MGS3, I think it's got it all. Doomsday Prayer, thank you for subscribing. I just fucking love this game, and I love how it looks. So pretty for a PS2 game. It has a beautiful, soft look to it I can't even fully describe, like I was saying a second ago. Oh, it's so good. And the boss fights, the sorrow, the end. obviously the boss, the end, but man, the whole fight with the end of going area to area trying to find him. Whenever I played it, getting no kills and no alerts, and you have to like just trank him, which I'm pretty sure if you do that, your reward is the Mosin Nagant, or however you say it, which is like the trank sniper rifle, and you get his camo if you hold him up. People are talking about how you could just change the clock on your PS2 to be super old, and then he'll just die, which is so sick too. The Sorrows mechanic blew my mind. Yeah, dude, you already know I talked about that on my Last of Us Part 2 video of handling like violence and death and shit in games. But man, I love this game. And it's just sequences like the ladder sequence, or even when you fight the Fury and you're in that fucking dimly lit like bunker, whatever the fuck that is. Like, so many of the different areas and how they look and the art design just like stuck with me. But I will say the big thing about this game that I think a remake could really remedy is the camo system. Collecting the different camos and picking the right ones for the area, it becomes kind of this boring mini game where you're basically just going for the percentage and you don't really put a lot of thought into it. But specifically, it sucks that you have to keep pausing the game. But I love this game so much that like that doesn't eat. I still want to play it. This game on PS2 is a freaking miracle. Snake can fart in this game too. Yeah, dude, getting hungry, the whole like hunting, eating thing, and that your like stomach will growl if you're too hungry. And I remember I got spotted because of it the first time, and I was like, whoa, that's actually crazy. I'll bet you didn't know you could fast travel to different areas in both MGS 1 and 2 by using the cardboard boxes in specific spots. JK, bet you knew. I didn't know, but that is a really cool fact. Fat freaking fish, thank you for donating. Thanks for all the years of entertainment. Still wear my Hot Sauce shirt from merch you did years ago. MGS3 still my favorite stealth game. Let's fucking go. Thank you, bro. That shirt is old as hell. Shout out Teespring. Let's go. Sick Riva, thanks for resubbing for 2 months. MGS3 goated, yes. I feel like anyone that has played this game, they know the face paint and camo. Yeah, it's you basically just like do whatever boosts the percentage. I wish that there's not much you could do about that, I guess, but unless it's like a super in-depth system. But just having to pause to go through the menu gets a little old. But man, that's honestly the only real criticism. Manly reviews, bees. Yeah, dude, the fucking bees. This is the game that reveals the real gamers. Crouch walking. Yeah. No, that's one that when you go back and play it after playing the others, it's like, oh, okay, that's tough. You accidentally just start crawling a lot of the time. Inigoyo, thank you for jumping in the pit. Okay. Camo menu sucks, but play it on extreme. Yes. I always get ahead of myself with the bullet points. That's the only ding, but I've talked about it before. Playing it on extreme is, I think, actually the move, because if you don't, you kind of just like, the game can fall into a trap where you kind of take a while to die, like you're a bit spongy. So if you're playing on normal or easy and you get caught and guys come out, you can kind of just like CQC all of them until they go down into caution, and then you hide and you wait it out, and that's kind of boring. But what I like about extreme is that like, not only is the AI, smarter and easily or better, I can't talk, I'm so sick, they can detect you better, but you die faster. So it's not this thing, it's this thing where like if you get caught and you make it out of an area, you actually feel like, oh shit, that was intense, but I had to use a bunch of resources. Was it worth it? Should I reload? I don't know. But it doesn't immediately feel like this thing of like, oh, I should just reset the zone because I got caught and these guys are gonna take forever to kill me. You know what I mean? And then on European Extreme, on this version, it just reloads that area the second you get caught. So that mode is also good if you just don't even want to fuck around with the combat at all, and you don't want to have to reload a save every time. If you play on that mode, it's just like, oh yeah, restart it. Like, let me run it back. So either of those two modes, I would say, do that shit. I think that's all I have to say. I love this game. I'm late. Can anyone tell me what 10, 9, and 8 were? 10 was Last of Us Part 2. JK, just kidding. It was PT. 9, Uncharted 2. 8, Uncharted 4. Is there a rat boss in this game? No. Well, is there like a special secret giant rat in this game? Because now I'm remembering all the codec calls with is it Sigyn? Is that his name? Where he'll like tell you about different animals, or does someone else do that? There are some crazy animals in this. You can eat a lot of rats, yeah. And I'm pretty sure they're one of the ones where Snake goes, I want some more, or something like that. Rat bosses in The Last of Us 2. That's true. Okay. Alright, chat. Yeah, crab battle. See? You know the scenes I'm talking about. We're gonna take a beat. Sorry, you're just listening to me gulp. My throat was hurting. We have, from 10 down, excuse me, it's already been banger, banger, bangers. Banger, banger, bangers. These 5, though, these 5 are truly in the order. Honestly, all 10, it's kind of like I was saying before, for a lot of the list, I just thought about what games can I, do I want to exist and have influence other ones that, I don't want to live on a planet where X game doesn't exist. And I think especially from 5 down, it gets increasingly more and more this is a must, and if this game doesn't exist, I don't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Not that dramatically, I'm gonna, but I just mean I want to live in this reality where this game came out. Turn my shit up. You already know what the fuck it is. A couple of y'all motherfuckers in the chat were right. Final Fantasy VII, baby. Not that remake. That OG shit. Can't believe a couple of you just fucking nailed it. There's a lot of messages, actually, that were like, Final Fantasy VII, I'm calling it. Not even the game, just the OST. Dude, the OST alone, my god. Okay, let's chill. Bam, bam. I used to love RPGs, and I think the right ones, I still do. I need to play Expedition. I need to finish Baldur's Gate 3. RPGs are still amazing, but as a child, watching my older cousin play, watching my brother play, and then me eventually playing Final Fantasy VII, a couple times because my save got deleted, and I was playing the PC version originally. It was a whole thing, so I basically played through the whole game twice or 3 times. I used to love RPGs, and it was because of this game. And I think even if, like I was saying, even if in its original version I don't necessarily want to go down, pause, go back and sit down and play this game, part of me does, just for the comfort and nostalgia. The random battles and all that shit, played on an emulator, speed it up, but man, the characters, the story, the universe. There's a reason this is the one that everyone still talks about. Alright? Open car door into nuts. Resubbed for 2 months. Wow. It's a crazy name. It's Triggs. Makes my heart happy. It's top 5 on an autographed copy of this game for Sakaguchi himself. Damn. Okay. Characters you care about in a world that is actually unique, varied, and memorable. I played a lot of 9. I don't even remember half of the locations that you're in, and that's not a dig on 9, because 9 I think is the other PS1 game that I think is really special that Square made, along with Parasite Eve. Neither of them are on this list, I'm just telling you right now. 8 is really cool for a lot of different reasons, but I know a lot of people really love 9. But 7 is just it's so unique, clearly pulling on different fucking cyberpunk references. Cloud's Buster Sword is fucking guts from Berserk as hell, and it's before I say it, it's probably on here. PS1 powered pre-rendered atmosphere that sticks with you and is low-key scary. It was a technical achievement going from the Super Nintendo to the PS1. The way that they pushed the technology that sometimes pre-rendered stuff would start to move into a cutscene and it'd be the different layers of character models, which I also love. I like that there's the little shitty version and then there's the cool big battle version. I think that kind of stuff is really unique. Genova was creepy as fuck. Dude, so much of the game was fucking scary. It's just, it has that memorable vibe and story that is obviously very anime and can get very hard to follow. I don't always want to use anime in a negative context because I love anime, but you know what I mean, that it can get really heady, but you can still really follow it and clearly know what's going on and care about the characters. Not to mention the soundtrack is I still listen to it, and the music alone is maybe why it's in top 5, but god damn. And the materia system is so genius and still fun to mess around with today. Obviously, there's people have figured out the best combos and stuff, but going from a job system or the class system of the different wizard, knight, whatever, to the materia where it's yeah, you should probably do this, but you could kind of do whatever you want, is so fucking cool, dude. And trying to get that fucking golden chocobo, trying to beat that ruby weapon, all that bullshit, all the mini games, the snowboarding mini game, getting to the golden saucer and just fucking around on a motorcycle, Knights of the Round. Yeah, dude, like, and obviously it gets old watching the summon cutscenes over and over. And again, if I played it now, I'd probably emulate it and just speed it up or play the re-release. But like, I think especially when you're a kid and those cutscenes and the summon animations are just blowing your mind, you kind of let it go because you're like, this looks so fucking cool. Materia was low-key some Path of Exile type shit. I see you. I've only played a bit of PoE 1, but 100% slot them gems in. Umbraprina resubbed. I think I fucked up that name for 2 months in a row. Cloud Strife Frog Dance. Straight up. I still love Open Car Door into Nuts. Let's go. I just fucking love this game. This, when I think of, this is a very specific example, but I think when I think of, like, the coziest nostalgia game, that if I'm like, alright, I'm kind of sleepy, I want to just put something on, and say, like, AGDQ is going on, or some streamer is playing it, Final Fantasy VII is one of those games that if I saw it, I'd be like, oh yeah, put that on. Like, just the different areas, the soundtracks, the sound effects, the battles. Obviously, a lot of it is nostalgia, but it's actually that good. There's a reason they've remade it and made several sequels. There's a reason it's sold fucking crazy. It's that lightning in a bottle that Square just fucking crushed. Strife Introverse subbed, great fucking timing. Let's go. All of this without mentioning the unreliable narrator thing. Dude, yes, in the event that some people haven't played it, just like other games, I'll try not to spoil, but I think the twists and turns that the story takes and the way it sets up a villain and some of the sacrifices that villain is responsible for, or not his sacrifice, no one's sacrificing, someone dies, but wow, Jeebus, thank you for subscribing. And this was truly like, yeah, buy a PS1, play this fucking game. Someone dies. Love the pick, Jake. You should play the RPG GOAT Chrono Trigger. I'll throw my money, bro. Chrono Trigger is one that I have never finished myself, but it is up there with Final Fantasy VII of having watched a cousin or a brother play it, where I actually think Chrono Trigger is among my favorite games purely just for watching and listening to the soundtrack. And I need to actually finish it myself, but I love that game for all the reasons. Chrono fucking Trigger, dude. God damn. Chat, stop fighting. I'm gonna cry. Try 6. Dude, 6 is great too. I watched my older siblings play a shit ton of RPGs growing up, but 7 is the only one that I really fucking took on several times. Kev the Goat 04, thank you for jumping in the pit. Let's keep going. Cloudbuster Sword is Def Guts ripoff, but still top 5 iconic game weapons ever, along with fucking Shinra and the whole fucking design of the city and so much of Disc 1. It's just like, it's Blade Runner, it's Ghost in the Shell. It's, well, I don't know the timing of when Ghost in the Shell came out, but it's that clear cyberpunk influence that was so different from like 6 kind of got into some like steampunky type shit, but man, it's so iconic. Top 5 game OST of all time, easy, don't even test me. I'm happy chat was already just agreeing with that before I even had to say anything, but I don't think it's not a total Gut Sword ripoff. I think not completely, but I think it's pretty come on. Guts, Berserk comes out, guy with a huge fucking sword looking cool as hell. I'm not taking it away. It's still really cool in Final Fantasy VII, but it's I'm just saying, credit where it's due. It's kind of like Dark Souls. Everyone's like, oh, this dark fantasy stuff is so cool. And it is, but it also doesn't really exist without Berserk. You know what I'm saying? Both things are really good. I'm just saying one definitely kind of sampled the other. But there's nothing wrong with that. There's a reason everyone still talks about this one, and it's been remade, adapted 1,000 times. It's lightning in a fucking bottle. The characters, the locations, the soundtrack, the relationships, the story, the designs, and Tifa. Let me turn my shit up. If you don't believe any of the other reasons, just look at the fucking screen, man. I don't care your fucking your sexuality, your fucking what you're into. It's Tifa, man. Come on. I know Kev the Goat 04 agrees with me. Come on now. Fucking as a child, as an adult, not her as a child. God damn, I just mean me. This is what she looked like in the original when I was a kid. Hold on, chat. This is what she looks like now. She's the same age I grew up, okay? Alright, let's move on. There was a wait, hold on. There's a reason there was Tifa porn at the Italian government meeting. What the fuck are you saying? Pause. We're pausing the presentation. I gotta look this up. I don't want to search Tifa porn in my shit. Let's be real, chat. It's probably in the history anyways. Hold up. Wait. What the fuck? Can I show this on stream? Oh, not that thumbnail. I'll just read it out to you. Final Fantasy porn interrupts Italian Senate Zoom event. Someone crashed a virtual event from the Italians. Oh, okay, so someone crashed it on Monday and streamed 3D porn featuring Final Fantasy characters in front of several politicians, academics, and one Nobel Prize winner, bro. Video featured 3D prawn of 7-character Tifa getting it from a... Yo, Vice is really detailing this. A few seconds of the video played before the speaker realized what was happening and organizers started trying to remove the person streaming the video. I shouldn't laugh. That's not okay, but like... there's a reason they chose that. Let's move on. Oh, fuck you, PT. Why are you still open? Alright. That's crazy, though. I had no idea. That's so wild. Don't search Tifa Italy. That Vice editor saved that video. I would too. Don't laugh, Jake. I'm sorry, okay? It's not okay. I don't encourage that behavior, but the way the Vice person wrote the article was funny. That's the part I'm laughing at, okay? That's the part. Alright. Moving on. Number 4. I mean, if Final Fantasy VII is already on the list, what the fuck? I know I made the list, but like, just think for a second, chat. What would you even put above that? The Bouncer, not on this list. I always want to check out that game though. Gran Turismo 2, Sons of the Patriots, that was already in here. Pong. God 3, not God of War 3, just God 3. Was that a game? God 3, Knack Baby, Final Fantasy X, Kingdom Hearts 2, Sly Cooper 2. Chat, if this game is number 4, this is a lot of people's favorite game ever made. It is one of my favorite games, but if this is number 4, you already know the top 3 are absolutely fucked. Turn my shit up, it's The Last of Us. Come on now. The fact that this is a list about the best PlayStation games and the game that people would usually point to as the best or of their favorite game ever made is number 4 for me? Dude, how the fuck is PlayStation that consistent? Like, goddamn. I love this game. I know I've said a lot, like many people, about Part 2 and why I really struggle with it, and I still think about all that, but like, the first one, and especially playing it when it came out on PS3 at 4, is wild, Jakey. I'm dumbfounded. That's what I'm saying. Bull and jelly, straight up. The remaster on PS4, just as good, if not better. But man, playing this on a PS3, 2013, wow. I actually, I played it. I didn't have a PS3 at the time because mine Yellow Light of Death, and a friend of mine, Austin, I feel like I've told this story in a video, who I hadn't really been hanging out with much at the time. It was like the summer after I graduated, I think, and he was like, dude, you have to come over and play this game. And he had like just got it and played it, and he had this huge TV in his basement, and I beat it in like 2 nights. Like, I would just go over there, we'd play it, him and his sister watched me because they loved it that much, they just wanted to see it again. And man, I think that really adds to how much I love it. And then I eventually got it myself on my like other PS3 I got, and I played it a bunch more times on all the difficulties. I fucking love this game, dude. Believe the hype. This, you know, getting ahead of myself talking in the Uncharted 2 part about like how that set the template and it was so good and blah blah blah. I was trying not to reveal that this, I mean, obviously you knew this was going to be on the list, but this is Naughty Dog's best game. And brother, that is saying something. And it, just like Uncharted 2, Uncharted 4, once again, it's the Bruce Straley, Neil Druckmann combo pack. I don't know what it is when those two get together, directing, Neil Druckmann, writing, directing, but like, man, those 3 games, I think in that order of The Last of Us, Uncharted 4, Uncharted 2, that, to even have one of those games in your like catalog of something you've done, I'm forever a fan of both of those, man. I know, criticize the fuck out of Last of Us 2, but like, you bet your ass Intergalactic comes out, I'm playing that shit. Made me like a forever fan. But man, this game is so good. fave moment from The Last of Us? Appreciate you, Zachary Klein. I mean, I really think maybe it's just because this song I think plays in that moment. Let me turn it back up. I think it is the turning point of the game where you're like, oh, I'm gonna drop Ellie off at Tommy's, and then she has like the moment in the farmhouse where she reads the diary, and they have that iconic scene where she's like, everybody except fucking you, or wherever she puts the fuck word. And then when you like bring her back to Tommy and he's like, go and dig this, she's gonna get on my horse, and you're like, oh shit, we're still going. And that like that scene, and where you don't really know where the game is going anymore, and it was just like I know I was saying Uncharted 2 has the best pacing and all that for the Uncharted series, but like The Last of Us, this is for that type of like PlayStation exclusive, you're playing a movie type game, The Last of Us is the GOAT. Like it doesn't get better than this, at least so far. You are treading on some mighty thin ice here. Got a PS3 just in time to binge the Uncharted series the week before this drop, played it back to back twice. Yes. I feel like only BioShock is one of the only other games there. It's this long story game, and right after I finished it, I wanted to start it over. Not because of like some new game plus shit, but just because of like, I need more. I gotta. Manly said the only game I traded Skyrim at GameStop to play. Yeah, you were gonna buy Skyrim on like 4 other consoles eventually, so I think you're good. Gilly, someone clip that. I don't know what that was. It was probably the Italian Tifa situation, but grounded mode is insane. Yeah, dude, I regret putting myself through that. Survival is the perfect game mode where it actually here. I'm going to talk about it on here. Possibly the best writing, acting, and believable chemistry of any two characters in any game I've ever played, for real. That is one of the biggest reasons why I think The Last of Us Part 2 still doesn't hit quite as hard, because Ellie plus Dina, Lev plus Abby, that was pretty close. I actually ended up really liking them, but it didn't have the same like, man, I could just listen to them talk for hours as Joel and Ellie. And I think a lot of that comes down to Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson.
Just wanted to take a second to call out the BS that Jakey is doing top 10 PlayStation exclusives
before top 10 Tiger electronic handhelds. My man's lost it.
Love you, Jakey. Less than 3.
Less than 3. Shit. Love you, Doug. Thank you for the heart. Less than 3. Go for the monster. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. It's that good. But yeah, their performances are just like, they were made for these characters. People Jackson Brown said Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson provide a better performance than most actors I will ever provide in their entire careers. The game is a gift, and I'm so grateful to be a part of a world that has this game. Yeah, dude, watching the grounded doc of like the behind the scenes and how many times he had to do that scene where Sarah dies at the beginning. Not a spoiler, it happens in like the first 10 minutes, but man, it's just like blood, sweat, and tears in this fucking game. Gilly said the emotional depth of the characters in this game kicked me straight in the nuts. I know the TV show wasn't the greatest thing, but 15-year-old me would call you a liar if you said it would happen. Dude, for real. The fact that it was that good that it, you know... I liked Last of Us Season 1. I thought that, you know, I have my thoughts and shit about it, but for the most part, I thought they did a good job, but... Created its own type of hybrid stealth shooter melee combat appropriate to this world that actually forced you to consider all your options and resources, stealth, melee, break, etc., especially on higher difficulties. It's kind of like I was saying about Uncharted 4, where like it looks like a movie, it plays like a movie, but it also plays like just a genuinely good stealth game, where as you get into it, and especially on the higher difficulties, and you have to make those choices of like, well, I have 2 shots in this gun, my fucking pipe can only take a couple more hits, there's 2 guys here, there's this brick right here, like, it's not 5D Hitman chess, but all of those things are separately really satisfying to do. That like the melee combat and how snappy the animations are, and then, dude, that's one thing that Part 2 fucking knocks out of the park with the dodge. Like Part 2 plays like an absolute dream. It's like one of the best third-person shooters ever. But man, Part 1 is for doing all of those things and doing them well. And again, it's not 5D fucking Hitman Metal Gear Solid stealth, but it's still really serviceable with AI that is pretty good, that is like really satisfying to clear encounters on higher difficulties. And the brick over the bottle, 100%. Get that bottle the fuck out of here. Why are you picking up the bottle, bro? You gotta have that brick and you just fucking come up behind someone, pow pow pow. You know what I'm saying? I'm bricked up for the brick, 100%. Jaxie Coco, thank you for jumping in the pit. Let's go. Naughty Dog's best combo of movie-like storytelling with interesting game mechanics that actually add to the story. Like, such as I mean, there's a lot of moments, but I think that handling of ludonarrative dissonance, oh, you're killing guys, but then he's a good guy, none of that is a problem in this game, because everyone you kill, you can argue, well, I needed to fucking kill this guy. And the way that Ellie and Joel handle the violence of when she kills someone, and then even gameplay moments of getting you to connect with her, of different things the camera does, or that scene towards the end where she runs to, again, it's kind of spoilers, but when she runs to see the giraffes and she's supposed to like be holding the ladder and she drops it and you have to go get it before you can come up, and you and Joel are both like, wait, why did she run off? I have to get up there, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's so many little moments like that where they clearly had it in mind of like, we know this is kind of a movie, but it's also a game, and we remember that it's a game, and everyone's satisfied. Fucking nerdy ass critical gamers like me are satisfied. Casual people that just picked up a PS3 are satisfied. Like, I think it is Naughty Dog's best game by far. By far. Uncharted 4 is really close, but I think The Last of Us takes the cake. Draft scene is such a good switch up. Yours. Sorry, Chad, I'm sick. You're so scared and confused in that moment that takes advantage of it being a game as it breaks you out of the routine of the ladders. Dude, straight up, you're like, I've done these ladders a billion fucking times, man. So good. And the factions multiplayer. Dude, I didn't get into it as much as Uncharted 2's multiplayer, but I really respect the people that are still playing it on PS4. Anyways. Perfect ending. If you never play part 2, but fuck it, even if you do, it's still a great ending for this game. I don't actually hate part 2. In a lot of ways, I'm really grateful that it exists, and that they made it, and there's a lot of things that are really beautiful about it. But I do think that it issues that I have with the story and how they handle it and the violence and all that I've already talked about a billion times, they'll probably end up talking about more. But I think I'm Franked. Thank you for becoming a member. I think with or without that sequel, you can appreciate how perfect this ending is. You have this whole journey up. You have this interesting question that it's asking of like, how far would you go for someone you love given all these circumstances? And then you get to that ending, and it's that forever. It's like that perfect movie ending where you come into the theater and you can just talk about it with your friends at a diner over and over and over, because everyone's right. Like, everyone is right that Joel did the right thing. Everyone is right that Joel did the wrong thing. And then Ellie's just like half believing, half I know you're full of shit answer is just, it's perfect. It's a perfect conclusion, and it keeps it open enough for discussion, and I think that's what made a sequel coming out so intriguing. And I think ultimately the questions that part 2 asked weren't as interesting, but let's be real, I'm probably going to talk about it more at some point. But anyways, perfect ending, perfect game, other than obvious like push forward to get through this boring section, blah blah blah, that I only really feel on a repeated playthrough. No notes. And then also playing it on a PS3 in 2013. Are you kidding me? God damn. Let's move on. Deep breaths, chat. Top 3. We're gonna drink some water. We're going to chill for a sec. Risky 14. Personally, I think part 2 as a sequel is earned because it's reflecting on the inevitable consequences of Joel's actions. It never tells you how to think, in my opinion. It just explores the inevitable consequences, even if he was in the right to do so. True. And I think these are some of the reasons why I still get passionate in discussions with people or chat like yourself when I talk about it. And I think those are the reasons why I feel like I still think about the choices, even though I spent so much time thinking and writing about it before. I think the fact that I still think about it, or even you saying that makes me think about it, is a credit to the game, that I'm happy it exists at the end of the game, or at the end of the day. But I also think it, with that being said, and I'm not gonna get into, like I said, man, let's be real, I'll probably make a fucking another video about it or something, but like, I think that's true, but also it does a lot of things and asks a lot of questions that are just kind of nonsensical and not super believable, but that's a whole other thing. I think that in theory what you're saying is really true, but also it's not quite as consistent. Yeah, people hear Dottie squeaking. The whole idea of revenge to changed my whole perspective, honestly. Yeah, but then I see comments like that, and I'm like, clearly it's doing something, so I still think about it, you know? Anyways. And it's also too damn bloated. That's one of the main things, dude. You want to talk about pacing and not really wanting to play through a whole game again. God damn, 2 is so fucking long. And it's so boring for so much of it. Arbitor 2001 said, "Well, you eat them snacks, how many Halos would be in an Xbox top 10/20?" Also, new JID album, amazing. Dude, I mean, I think that list is probably only Halos. Nah, there's some other games. Shout out Dottie Squeakin'. Been watching you since Halo changed everything. Couldn't help but hop in the pit. Appreciate you. I'm franked. All right, we've been chilling enough. A lot of people know my ass like the back of their own ass, and I'm seeing overwhelming messages in here, and they are dead ass right, because it is motherfucking Shadow of the Colossus. Come on now, you guys know me so well. You did the mental math. You thought about the remaining games. You knew it was Shadow of the Colossus. Come on. I love The Last of Us so much. So much. Such an important game. But man, I do not want to live in a fucking world that doesn't have Shadow of the Colossus. Even more so than Last of Us, man. This is... This game and the time I played it, and god damn. Shit could make me cry, bro. I love this game so much. This specific Colossus, all the Colossi, my bad. Anonymous said, "Trash opinion about Last of Us 2 by that guy just now. Part 2 absolutely tells you how to feel, and the consequences were not inevitable. There are no consequences in our world, let alone a post-apocalypse." See, this, you're also correct. And I think the fact that you, like me, just got so impassioned by that response and had something else to say, sometimes I flip around and I think that is a credit to the game. We're going to move on to Shadow of the Colossus, but this does go to show how much I feel like I still have to say and think about that game, so I feel like I bring it up on stream all the time. But you're spitting as well. Gilly said, "Called it day one, this game is art and that's all that needs to be said." Yo, dude, like, are you kidding me? Shout out to the random pawn shop that had this game in stock. Yo, is that the Austin? Austin Benny boy? Dude, I mean, it has to be Austin and Ben. Yo, this Austin in chat, Austin Benny boy, who I also played The Last of Us with, I'm assuming it's him. Yes, sir. How are you, bro? Same guy that invited me over to play The Last of Us that I was talking about. I found this in a Hot Springs, South Dakota pawn shop. I think before I even owned a PS2, I want to say, or like my PS2 was busted or something. Austin, I feel like maybe you had yours over, but I feel like I owned this before I even had a PS2, because I was just like, oh yeah, this looks cool. And it's like, you know, got the different US logo, but it's like, oh, what's this? Yeah, this looks sick. Crazy moment. What is good, Austin? But this game, for reasons like that too, Flying Colossus pissed me off so much as a kid. Dude, that's my favorite one, honestly. That was one of the only ones where I feel like I didn't need help in solving how you fucking fight it, because I was just like, oh, yeah, okay, I know how to get on it. Boygi117 used to play the demo disc of this game over at my cousin's house over and over, where you just beat the first Colossus and it ends, and it made me want a PS2 and get one for my own as a kid. It's a miracle this game runs on a PS2, dude. It's fucking insane. Oh, I forgot to separate these into different sections. Hold on. No spoilers. You just got the wall of text. I feel like... Oh no, I just straight up forgot. Yeah, that's okay. We can just do it with all of them on screen at once. Sorry, that's my bad. Technical difficulties. Okay. Super important. It was one of the first to make me feel and think more critically about how a game is making me feel. I feel like a lot of people say that. Spoilers? Oh, did you see some of the other stuff? Maybe you did, maybe not. Oh, spoilers of what I'm going to say about it. Yeah, but half the time I forget to do the fucking bullet points anyway. I remember going on like forums on like GameTrailers.com and shit of talking about this game, because I was so like, I don't know, it just made me feel a type of way, and I feel like I needed to talk to other people about it and just how special it was. There's nothing else like it. Deliberately desolate, gorgeous open world, nothing but 16 massive beasts. I mean, who the fuck does that? Where it's like, wait, so this game is just boss fights? And then you're exploring the world looking for them, and it's like some of the most beautiful areas on a PS2 of like waterfalls and deserts and all this shit, and then you're just like, wait, there's nothing here, but that adds to this like isolation and this like remorse as you go on your journey. It's just, man, it's so good. I am Serethsly. Went over to my cousin's house and he was fighting the 5th Colossus, Bird Over the Lake. Still my favorite. Fell in love with it immediately, hence the GameStop story about the guy being really impressed. Oh, that was you. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Man. Up there with MGS3 for prettiest PS2 game award. The art design and use of lighting and color or lack thereof in this barren fucking world is disgustingly good. Not to mention the Colossi themselves being varied, being creative, the solutions, some of them being a little bullshit. I'm gonna say it. I was in like 7th, 8th grade. It was a little hard. I regret looking so much of it up when I did. I think that's why I've said it before on stream, but I wish I could wipe my memory of this game to play it again for the first time. It'd be like this or Breath of the Wild. Like, I love it that much. And just the ending, the soundtrack, wait till you fight the flying one. How the fuck does it run on a PS2? And yes, the frame rate is horrible. It drops to like 15 FPS. Somehow, I prefer that version over playing the remakes though, because it I don't know, it just like adds to the sense of scale that you're like, my PS2 is barely holding on and this is fucking nuts. It gets kind of annoying with the input delay, but it's like, man, it's such a thing to behold. Hold up, no spoils, go back. The open way is so goated, dude. The whole soundtrack is so fucking good. Opalaverse, thank you for jumping in the pit via Jeff Bezos. It's so good. And I feel like there's more details I want to talk about, but for the sake of, you know, not ruining this for someone else that could experience it for the first time. You obviously love the OST. Which track is your favorite? I mean, Swift Horse, we got cooking right here, is so good. I also really love Prohibited Art. I really love the, I think it's called like Green Hill or something. It's like one that you play, or that plays before you fight a Colossus, but the one in like the green zone that's kind of like a dinosaur looking one. That, you know what I'm saying? Ball pit notification jump scares me every time. In fact, this was a freaking PS2 game. That's unbelievable. Yes, dude. And the fact that they went from Eco to this, and I don't think they've topped this, and that's fine. Like, I actually liked The Last Guardian. It had a lot of issues, and it didn't hit quite like this, but it still hit in a way that I appreciated it. But like, this feels like a once-in-a-lifetime sort of game. I remember turning a couple buddies out of this game after Breath of the Wild came out and watching them react to this style of game having come out in 2005, and missing it completely was so cool. Yeah, dude, that's the thing. Is those games right at the end of a generation, man. They fucking hit. Blue Tsunami said the music when you meet the last Colossus. Dude, that last Colossus gave me like nightmares. Just the vibe and what happens right before it. No spoilers, but like how he looks and the eyes and the music and how he's like chained to the ground. Oh my god, dude, it's so scary. Please no spoilers. Yeah, man, just go play it. Turn off the stream and go play it. You'll catch the VOD later. Like, I don't want you to get spoiled. It's so good. It's Trig said, I literally cannot even think of 2 games better than Shadow of the Colossus, MGS2, 3, Final Fantasy VII, Last of Us. This list is nutty. That's the thing, is I know in the 20s, I disappointed y'all. 20 to 11, not having played Ratchet, Jack, Sly, those iconic PS2 games. But I have played a lot of games, and I do feel... I'm pretty hard-pressed that even if I had played all those other games, these top 5 were pretty, like... When I thought about it, I was like, I don't know if anything's gonna make these budge, when I really got to thinking about it. One of those games that just gives you a different perspective on life, dude. Faux real. Such a special game. So happy that Austin was in the chat catching that. I hope he caught me talking about The Last of Us as well. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, I got it from a random pawn shop. It was like the only place I would have ever gotten a video game in Hot Springs, but they had it for whatever reason. It was fate. It was fucking fate, man. I don't think I'm making any sort of YouTube channel or thinking about games critically without playing Shadow of the Colossus. Like, it's that good. Was Uncharted mentioned? Yes. Uncharted 2 was number 9. Uncharted 4 was number 8. They didn't need to be back-to-back. It just kind of shook out that way. Same with Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. 2 is on the list. I know it was an Xbox game, but I don't care that you broke your elbow, okay? But I broke my own rule. I had to. It's Metal Gear Solid 2. We had to have one exception, alright? Alright, I think we've cooked on this long enough. There's only so much I could say without spoiling different things, but like, truly, truly remarkable game. There's a reason why people like Jacksepticeye say that's one of their favorite games, and it had that much of an effect. Shout out Jack. It's so good. Turtle8714, Jakey, did you see Jack talk about this game? Oh my god, crazy timing. He was the reason I got into it, and I'm happy you love it as well. Yes, dude. I'm pretty sure he has a tattoo from it. when we were hanging out one time, I saw it. You casual fucking name drop, but dude, he's the man. I love that guy. Anyways, let's keep it going. I feel like people doing the PEMDAS math know that there's only 2 likely games left. I think you could figure it out. It's just a matter of which is which. And this was a really tough call. But it's one I had to make. It's one I had to make. And chat fucking knows. Talk to me fucking nice. Talk to me fucking nice, bro. God damn. This isn't just number 2 PlayStation game. This is like maybe number 2, number 1 favorite game ever. Come on. Fuck grinding blood vials though. True, but also come the fuck on. Should have been higher, aka number 1. Totally thought you put this at 1. That's what I'm saying. Over Elden? Yes. I think so. And I love Elden Ring. And, I mean, I don't know, man. I think Bloodborne and Elden Ring could go back and forth. And honestly, Dark Souls 1, the first half of it, was just so important to me. But Bloodborne, I think as time goes on, it's the type of game where I might even have this as a bullet point. Bought a PS4 just to play this game. When I talked about how I got in that car accident and I got money and I got a PS4, it was for this game. It just so happened that Uncharted 4 came out shortly after, but this was the game. And what is a better exclusive than one that you literally spend money that you probably shouldn't be spending just so you could play it, dude? God damn. And it kicked my fucking ass. Gilly said, where's my PC port? I need it now. That's the thing. That's one of the reasons I get to. That's like, the fact that it is landlocked to PS4 at 1080 30 frames with some pretty long load times that are improved by PS5, and people still throw down and say it's the best and you gotta play it. It's like, people will crawl to the ends of the earth just to play this game, and it kicks your fucking ass. They got it to work on emulator now. It seems like it's gotten better and better. Bloodborne had 2, man. What the hell is that 1? I mean, shit, you're just gonna have to see. But it kicked my fucking ass. I think even more so than, sorry for my sniffly, even more so than other From Software games where you kind of go through the peaks and valleys of like, oh, I hate it, I love it, I hate it, I love it. I really, man, the intro, this game is so fucking hard at first. Like I, said in the bullet point, hardest time I've had with the game at first, but oh my god, once it got its claws in me, I couldn't stop blasting, aka parrying plus fist roll. That first area, even more so than other Souls games, even more so than like Elden Ring putting the tree sentinel right in front of you, like they really test your ass and are like, hey, if you can beat this first area, you can beat the game. And on repeated playthroughs, it's still like that, where you're like, oh my god, I don't remember it being this fucking hard. But it's also so satisfying to then run through it with the confidence that you have. But man, when it first came out and the load times were extra brutal and all it said was Bloodborne on the screen, it felt pretty horrible to die. But once it clicks and you kind of turn off your Dark Souls brain and you turn on your aggressive Bloodborne brain, where you know when to back off but when to just fucking push and stagger them with that saw cleaver. Boygy117 said, Bloodborne legit got me back into loving video games again. I got it on a whim, and after I beat it, I went back and beat every DS up to that point. Life-changing, it became my first tattoo of my character. Let's fucking go. No, this game is it's that good. And I think From Software having such an insane catalog and Elden Ring being also just like a life-changing experience, I have a feeling as time goes on, when I think about the one I want to replay, it's probably Bloodborne. I think the exploration of Elden Ring is so good, but after you've played it one time and you kind of know what's where and what's going on, I feel like I'd feel more compelled to play Bloodborne. I don't know, I love all these games. I love Sekiro, I love Dark, I love them all, but Bloodborne, come on. Duncan Towner, I'm such a weenie for Soulsborns. I did the first boss in Bloodborne, and when I beat it, I uninstalled the game, loved it. Wait, you beat it and you uninstalled? Brian Mack, Bloodborne at 2, what the hell is 1? I love this game so much. From Software's best combat and art design, and brother, that is saying something. Other games have better exploration. Dark Souls 1 has the better interconnected map, but as far as from start to finish consistency, I think Bloodborne takes the cake. And that aesthetic and that fucking world design that everyone still posts screenshots of and talks about and wants ported to PC, man. Someone said Sekiro combat, it's so good, but I think the creative depth that Bloodborne has, while still being more about being fast-paced and like, dude, the fucking Chikage build on New Game Plus, Ludwig's Holy Blade, the fucking weapon, what is it called? The transformation attacks, the fucking goofy scythe, whatever the fuck that's called, the dual wielding, man, fast-paced even on 30 FPS. I know, but that's the shit we deal with to play this game. And not to spoil it, but to kind of spoil it, the surprise areas and the different ways you can get to them, like any From Software game, it's just, man. Dark Souls got me in, and then I bought a PS4 just to play Bloodborne, and then I was like, oh shit, I am in. And it made me tilt so much, dude. Going to Old Yarnum and fighting the fucking Bloodstarved Beast and just not realizing I needed to be more aggressive and dying over and over, and that run back fucking sucks. Dark Beast Parl, for whatever reason, that I beat super easily now, but at the time I hated that boss. I think I fought him too early. Man, and the Orphan of Kos, bro, the DLC, Lady Maria is probably my favorite boss fight ever. And like, you could say that about so many fights in this game. Fucking Ludwig in the DLC, Orphan of Kos, like, Lady Maria though, that fight in that setting in the clock tower, god damn. I was stuck on Orphan for 6 months. Dude, me too. I think back when I first was doing YouTube and I streamed a little bit directly from the PS4, I think I streamed me trying to fight Orphan of Kos. I don't know if that VOD is up there somewhere, but like, I died over and over and over, and I was like, man, fuck streaming, this is hard. I'm just dying a bunch, I'm embarrassed. It's so good. It's so good. Wait, let me play. I had 2 songs queued up. Let's play the Gehrman one too. Man. Atmosphere, atmosphere, atmosphere. Oh my god, Castle Canehurst. Upper Cathedral Ward. Oh, you finally get access to that? This fucking song? Come on. Come on, bro. You finally get access to it, and it's a fucking horror game more than it ever had been, and the werewolves are on the fucking chandelier and they jump scare you, and it's all dark. Oh man. This game is up there with like Resident Evil 4, that if I even see a screenshot, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go play it again. This fucking fight too. Castle Canehurst is one of my favorite areas, and how you get to it, and that boss fight, Ligarius, that little son bitch. Dude, these strings turn my shit up. God, it's so good, dude. Tonight, Gehrman joins the hunt. Oh man. All the comments on this song when I downloaded it, they were like, the song perfectly captures the like, I shouldn't have made this choice, but this is so beautiful and this fight is so fun and sick, but it's also like, oh man, I'm so sad about this. Moon Presence with a steel chair. About to boot up the PS4, bro. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's one of the only games I see literally a screenshot of it or a shitty GIF, and I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go make a new character. Moon Presence is the coolest shit ever. The game has its issues. You know, there's some janky hitboxes, there's some load times, there's some, you know, shitty textures, whatever. None of that matters. When you walk away from this game and you overcome the fucking super hard battles, the 3 hooded bitches, whatever they're called, the Shadows of Yharnam. God damn, it's good. Even though it's still locked to PS4 and 30 FPS, everyone who plays knows it's the GOAT, and people desperately want to emulate it on PC for a reason. It's like Final Fantasy VII, they keep remaking it, everyone talks about that when they talk about a Final Fantasy. Bloodborne has that same lightning in a bottle where it's just like, if you've played it, you fucking know, dude. Do I give this game a second chance? Yes. Just be okay with dying a bunch, man. Be okay with dying a bunch, and honestly look up tips and tricks to the combat of why you should be aggressive or why different weapons are better. Like, take the help, but just don't get spoiled, because it's so worth it. You could argue that other FromSoft games do individual things better, but this as a whole is just the best. That's what I'm saying. Central Yarnum, one of my fave levels ever. It took me weeks to get through it at first. Yes, dude. That's what I'm saying of like Elden Ring has the scale and the exploration, and those highs are so high. Elden Ring has amazing boss fights. Dark Souls 1 has that interconnected map for the first half, but I feel like Bloodborne just, it does everything the best from start to finish. I think as time goes on, I feel more and more that way. Oh man, it's so good. So good. Yeah, PS5, definitely the move. The load times are way better. I hate dying over and over. I hate Souls in general. Dude, it's true. It's not for everyone, but I think it's also like, I don't know, man. Getting those little victories along the way, and I'm definitely in the camp, and, oh, dude, so many of the Chalice dungeon fights were so hard. I think that's one of my bullet points is, if I think about it for too long, I just want to go play it again. One of the only PS4 games I platinumed. I did all that shit, dude. I replayed it several times to get all the different endings, just to get the trophies. Honestly, just to play the game. I don't really care about platinuming games, but I think it goes to show how much I love this game that it's one of the only ones that I did. Like, this game is also bleak, but because it's not for everyone, it's more specific piece of... Yeah, dude, it is not a happy, joyous, Donkey Kong booted up, be happy smile, but man, it's so satisfying and it sticks with you. The platinum is 100% Big Donger, from what I hear. Damn props. What's up, Big Body? What's good? It's simultaneously the most satisfying and frustrating system in gaming. Yeah, the Blood Vials stuff, I would say, that's a valid criticism, and I feel similarly, where if you haven't played it and you don't know, the healing system, the Blood Vials, you can hold up to 20, which is way more than an Estus Flask in Dark Souls, but you have to either get them off of enemies or buy them. And so it's very easy with Central Yarnum, the first area being one of the hardest, to fall in this negative loop of you keep dying, and so you don't have Blood Vials, and so you keep dying because you don't have Blood Vials. But at the same time, I don't know, it seems like such a deliberate choice that I do like that it's a currency you actually have to think about, and that it means something when you get a drop from an enemy. But I think I usually come back to a place of like, I'm still not a fan versus like an Estus system where it refills on death, because you find yourself grinding a lot, and I don't think that's ever really a good sign in a game. The grind to get myself enough Blood Vials. Yeah, there's like some sick fucked up part of me that kind of likes that you have to grind and relearn the same area, and I would just run Central Yarnum just to kill a bunch and maximize souls and buy them and pick them off people. But artificial playtime, yeah. Repeat playthroughs is less of an issue. I think that's the thing, is once you get good, quote unquote, at the game, it's not as much of an issue. But still, when I haven't played it in a minute and I go back and I remember that, I'm like, oh, damn. I like Blood Vials because it means you never have to stop and find a bonfire. True. That's another thing that if they hopefully ever re-release it, another complaint is, shout out Cum FPK Chalice. That actually sounds very familiar. Is that for grinding Blood Vials or Blood Rocks or something? It's another thing that's really grindy. But if they ever remaster it, which hopefully they do, or even just port it, the fact that you have to go back to the Hunter's Dream, which is like one of the best hub worlds ever, by the way, it's not one of the bullet points, you have to touch the lamp and go back to the Hunter's Dream before you can travel to any other area, and it's just an extra loading screen. And back when it was just on PS4, those loading screens were so fucking long. That's an easy fix, I feel like, on a re-release. That feels really unnecessary. Yeah, so instead of going like Elden Ring of like, I stopped at this bonfire, I can warp to any bonfire, you always have to go from this bonfire to the hub world, then to this bonfire. So when you're just trying to do a quick like bounce around, and that adds to the grinding feeling not super great sometimes. The whole game is go, 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 push, push, push until you run out of Blood Vials. Yes. Blood Vials, it's weird. It doesn't seem like the type of game where any decision is thought lightly. Like, I think it's deliberate, but I still feel like it's kind of flawed. But man, I mean, it's number 2. Come on. This is one of my favorite games, like, ever. Not even just PS exclusives. Buttermilk Donnie, thank you for jumping in the pit. Peter Can't Talk Right Now, thank you for jumping in the pit, even though you can't talk. Goob FPS, resubbed. What's good, my Gooby? Blakey! Blakey! I kind of hit a little high-pitched scream on that shit. Okay. Lady Maria is maybe my fave boss fight ever, and the entire DLC is as good, if not better, than much of the main game, and the main game is so goddamn good. But man, you guys are already talking about Orphan, you're talking about Ludwig, the song with Ludwig. Oh. It's telling that the only real criticisms of the game are so hyper-specific, yes, and they don't come from just like, oh yeah, I played it once and I, you know, and these things are kind of bad, like general critic review, but it's because I've played it for hundreds of hours that I'm like, okay, I've come to find that these things I have issue with, but every time I pick up Ludwig's Holy Blade, I feel pretty okay about it. 47 Ks, thank you for jumping in the pit. Anyways, Bloodborne. It's so good. No weeb shit, Goob. Bloodborne is slight weeb shit. We can allow a little bit of weeb shit. Don't listen to Goob. Ludwig's Holy Blade, my weapon of choice. Okay, that's real quick before we move off of Bloodborne. Another very specific complaint is the weapon selection is awesome, and trick weapons, that's what they're called. And I'll give you an example. They are, like any Souls game, they are very clearly not created equally. The Ludwig's Holy Blade is like arguably the best weapon because it's really easy to use, and the one-handed sword has better range, and I think is a little bit faster than the alternative, which is the Kirk Hammer, which has the similar thing. And the Kirk Hammer has a slightly shorter blade, and the two-handed hammer mode is, I think, overall stat-wise weaker. That Ludwig scales with, this is getting in the weeds, but it scales with strength and skill really fucking well, and the Kirk Hammer is mostly supposed to be strength, but even if you like min-max it, it's still never going to be as good and as frame efficient as Ludwig's Holy Blade. But is it really fun? Yeah, and that's really what you should decide. But I'm just saying, there's a very clear tier list of like, all right, you're trying to be the most efficient, you should pick this. Whirligig saw on top. But it's so fun. Playing the game in the most optimized way is overrated. Fuck yeah. No, I agree with that so much. Like Elden Ring, if you just run around and get the best stuff, it's not nearly as much fun as just experimenting yourself and figuring out something that works, which for most people is like dual katanas. But, oh, shout out Dottie. But yeah. No, it's... And the blood gems. The blood gem system can be kind of grindy, but having something to look for in the chalice dungeons, and like, I feel like what I would usually rock, again, we're getting in the weeds, is I would rock the Ludwig's Holy Blade, doing a quality build, strength and skill, but then I would have the Saw Cleaver as a secondary, but with a fire blood gem, because the specific little shit witches, or like little beasts, really hate fire, and the stagger on the Saw Cleaver is really good, so I would have like different weapons for different enemy types, which when you start reading into that, of like who's susceptible to which kind of blade, that made really fun. That made it really fun. But also, I feel like on repeated playthroughs, I've picked the axe a lot more than the Saw Cleaver, because that two-handed mode with the axe where you can just fucking do tornadoes is so goddamn fun, and that thing is so good off-rip, even with low stats. I really love the axe. Goob. Okay, chat, getting on train behavior subs. Yo, Goob. Hope you had a good day at work. I'm guessing you worked. Have fun on the train. You know how to moderate yourselves. Hell yeah. They've been good. They've been good. Was always an axe girly. Shit was tight. Axe gang, hell yeah, yeah. Nah, the cleaver's such an iconic design, and if I had to pick one, I'd pick that. But I feel like doing repeated playthroughs with the axe, I'm like, damn, maybe Isaac was right, my bro, when he was like, the axe is the move. It's so fun, that two-handed swapping in and out of it. Fuck, I just want to go play it now. We like just got a new TV in the living room too, and I hooked up the PS5 before this. And Bloodborne was the exact game I booted up to see like how it looked on the OLED, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna play it again. T Brocco, thank you for jumping in the pit. Kick the Kid, thanks for resumming for 2 months. Alright, this song is so good, it's gonna make me cry. We made it. I don't know how long this has been going. Doesn't matter. Just got an OLED, goddamn, yeah dude, everything looks way better, it's crazy. A lot of you in chat are really smart. You're all really smart. And I think there was only ever one pick. I think there is only ever... Dabaz, thank you for jumping in the pit. I think there was only ever one pick that when I think PlayStation, I think this game. And when I think about I don't want to live in a world where this game doesn't exist, it 100% is this game. 90% of the games you have seen before do not exist without this game. Soundtrack is so good. fucking damn. God motherfucking damn. This Gaelic singing at the beginning is so ingrained. Dude, that song playing at the end, are you kidding me? This song playing while you're sneaking around the tank hangar? Someone said, and it's still fun to this day. Is this where the whole snake thing comes from? Dude, probably. I mean, most people name Jacob or Jake. It's just an easy connection to make. You grow up people calling you Jake the Snake, like the wrestler, which is also fucking sick. But so much for me personally, 100% it's Metal Gear Solid. Growing up watching my brother play this game, this is like... this is in like top 5 most important games to me, period. I mean, honestly, in the top 3. Cam, 1 of 1, thank you for jumping in the pit. Wow. I mean, when I think PlayStation, I think Metal Gear Solid. And that's a big part of why I had to put Metal Gear Solid 2 on here, because it's that important. Someone said Kojima and Druckmann sweeping this top 10. Yes, dude. That's like Naughty Dog and fucking Kojima. That's, when I think PlayStation exclusives that mean the most, it's definitely them too. Fuck. I love this game so much. Terrified / blew my mind watching Big Bro play as a child because of the immersive, oppressive atmosphere. Oh my god, the music, the sound, even when there's no music and you're sneaking around and there's just like the fog and the PS1 texture floating by and the echoey sounds, and the Psycho Mantis boss fight legit gave me nightmares. Like, that orange room with him just floating with like the scars and the mask, like I'm like embarrassed at how much it scared me. There's a part of me today that's still probably like activated when I see Psycho Mantis. Then now it's like, oh, it's this cool like fourth wall breaking thing, but I'm like, no man, that's a horror game. Or like, man, when you're going down the hallway before you fucking fight Cyborg Ninja, who's that ninja? And there's like the bloody hallway of corpses and the like sounds that are playing in that. Oh, dude, Kojima, I mean, even before PT came out, there's so many moments in Metal Gear Solid games where it's like, yeah, he'd be really good at a horror game. Greatest dev of all time, arguably. There's a case to be made. Snake, put your controller on the ground. Colonel, that man is Gray Fox. Well, that was a good impersonation. Oh, I'm also sick right now, so... my shit is, hurt me more, dog. Snake, they're in the elevator. Yeah, dude, let's keep going. But man, it's not even that long of a game. Like, I think on repeated playthroughs, you could probably beat it pretty easily in like 6 hours, even without skipping any cutscenes or anything. But like, man, quality over quantity. 90% of the games on this list do not exist without Metal Gear Solid, and I say that as facts. That is not opinion. I think there is hard evidence in interviews of people talking about this game so much. I mean, the full voice acting, the cutscenes. Duncan Towner said, do you think Kojimbo's project with Jordan Peele be more Kojim-Billy than Metal Gear or Death Stranding? I don't know. I didn't even know that was a thing, to be honest. I'm out of the loop. But I hope Kojims, man. Gilly said, a strong man doesn't need to read the future. He makes his own. Let's fucking go. Cutscenes plus full voice acting plus Kojima cinephile direction. Matrix style fucking action sequences, the camera's moving. Yes, they have the low poly faces with just the dark shadows for eyes, but honestly doing what they could with what they could. You play it today, it still conveys the same emotions, it's still spooky, it's still tense, it still feels like you're playing a fucking spy movie. And it keeps fucking surprising you, dude. Mr. McGreevy, I played this for the first time last year as a 30-year-old. I can confirm, no nostalgia. This hits and holds up. Talk about pacing, goddamn. That's what I'm saying. Like, the stealth action of moving around, looking at the fucking, God, my brain is frazzed. I'm so sick. The Shinkawa art style, though, dude. The book that I have that I was talking about earlier, it's specifically for Metal Gear Solid, and it's signed by him, and it's like one of my prized possessions. I can't think right now, but man, I just fucking love this game. Laid a major foundation for future 3D stealth games while still remaining engaging to this day with creative set pieces and boss fights. Obviously, you can't aim weapons in first person. Obviously, you can't use camos or whatever. But the fact that you're still sneaking around, you're making noise, you're doing creative solutions with different weapons. You have like the Nikita rocket launcher you can control. You can get a silenced version of the pistol. You could go behind guys and choke them out. The camera angle switches down when you're pressed up against a wall so you can see around the corner. Like, it's so many. It's so similar to Mario 64, where it's like, this was your first crack at doing this in 3D, and you got so many things right that even when compared to stealth games today, you could say, nah, this game had better pacing and better boss fights and better this and that. Huh? What was that noise? God damn. Have you seen the Legos that they used to design the set pieces? No. That's so awesome, though. I feel like I have heard about that, though. Too many memorable moments to count. The opera music playing, or the Gaelic singing, whatever the fuck it is when you're in the intro. I played that shit already, but goddamn, it's so good. This whole soundtrack is so good. You come up and you have the fucking mask on, and he doesn't take it off till you're in the elevator, and the credits start rolling while you're in that first tutorial, which is such a good tutorial. Like, it does so much with doing so little. There's no on-screen bullshit. Like, when you were putting this list together, was MGS1 always number one? Yeah. I think a lot of stuff moved around. Honestly, I think there was a time when Last of Us was above Shadow of the Colossus, but when I really thought about it, I was like, nah. And then a lot of stuff changed from then on, but Metal Gear and Bloodborne were always like, yeah, that's it. Having to look at the back of the CD case to see the codec number, like, look at the back of the game case. Psycho Mantis reading your memory card, having to put the controller into port 2, the torture sequence button mash that's hard as fuck, best is yet to come ending. I mean, come on. Come the fuck on. Last of Us wouldn't exist without Shadow of the Colossus, so it's valid. I mean, and that wouldn't exist without Metal Gear Solid. I think I just progressively got, okay, what's more important? And Bloodborne is just so fucking good. Genuinely believe Ocelot is the best video game character of all time, dude, and Metal Gear Solid 1, he sure as fuck is. God damn. Solid sad. This game inspired me beyond belief. Real world topic like nukes, cloning to replaying it over and over again. Shout out Pizza Hut Demo Disc. Dude, I remember playing the demo as well. It was just that like intro area and then the outside snowy area, right? And then does it end after you get to the DARPA chief? Like when you first crawl into the base, I think. All the boss fights. Kojima is Kojima because of this game. It was and is that good and influential. Someone said, how does Shadow of the Colossus and Last of Us correlate? I think it would in a lot of ways, because I know that game, along with Metal Gear Solid, just influenced a lot of people, and they've been very outspoken about it. Is I think the emotional connection to the gameplay, how, you know, grief, loss, questioning your actions, all of those things. I think Shadow of the Colossus just brought up a lot of emotions in people. Nikki Jakey, you could stream this. Dude, when I was making this list, I was actually thinking about how it's been a minute since I've played through the whole thing, and that would be really fun, because there's a lot of stuff towards the end that I honestly probably forgot exactly how it plays out. Like, obviously I remember all the moments, but like, I remember you have to like go to the different areas to freeze the card, because it's like, the card actually activates if you go down to the fire area, and then you go to the cool area, you know. You're pretty. This is just like one of my Japanese animes. I mean, it's so good. I know I just keep saying that, but it's just like the fact that it holds up to this day. It's got all the creative boss fights, fist fighting on top of Metal Gear, not to mention the Metal Gear fight, crawling through the ducts. Again, just for being the first game in 3D, and then it also was like, yeah, we're gonna do crazy Psycho Mantis creative shit. It was like, not only did you do a really good stealth game in 3D, which hasn't really been done, but like, you made it really cinematic and did all this other shit. It's just, wow. It's so good. Rage Quit R27 resub for 3 months in a row. Shit is goated, yes. I can only say so many things about it, but man, it's just like, it was important to me then, it's important to me now. I don't exist without this game. I might play Bloodborne more than MGS as an adult, but I do not want to live in a world where MGS doesn't exist. I am who I am because of MGS, and that sounds really dramatic, but I mean that. Like, seeing one brother play this growing up and seeing the other brother on the 64 play Ocarina of Time, it's like, I don't think I'm obsessed with video games and in this shit if it's not for this game and some others, but this, and then just giving me fucking nightmares with Psycho Mantis, which I kind of liked. I'm a little freaky like that, and I like horror now, so. Nelson Villegas, Nutella for Mandela donated. Appreciate you. MGS1 has affected my life in a lot of ways. I was so betting that this was number one. I'm so glad I was right. Huge respect, man. You're pretty good. It's Triggs. Can you talk about why no Resident Evil's on the list or some honorable mentions? Well, the only one that technically isn't exclusive is Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, which I do really love. but I mostly watched my friend Cameron play it, and as much as I love that game and I really cherish it, when I was thinking about, okay, I'm not including, you know, Crash and all these other games that I kind of played but didn't really play because I didn't play them myself or complete them, I was like, it kind of falls under that same jurisdiction. Otherwise, I think Nemesis would definitely be above like Heavy Rain, as much as I love Heavy Rain. Someone said Nemesis is on Dreamcast. Is that true? But also, I would count Dreamcast with the PS2 GameCube generation, but it's kind of that in between, so I don't know. I don't know what the rules would be. I would probably put Director's Cut in my top 20. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is the OG was on Sega Saturn. We had a whole moment in the top 20 for that, but I think as a whole, I mean, 1998 was the craziest year for gaming. Yeah, dude, also this and Ocarina of Time both came out same year. But yeah, I mean, if we weren't limited to the rules, you best believe that Resident Evils, Silent Hills, Grand Theft Autos, Tony Hawk's, like those, I really identify as PlayStation games, but they're just, you know, they're too multi-plat. But yeah, man, I think this game and the Ego Raptor Metal Gear Awesome video and Hey Ash, what you playing, making videos about it. Everyone just like knowing Metal Gear, where it's just, I feel like it was like one of the first like meme games that was popular enough that you could just say a reference from it and like another person that play, you know what I mean? Like there's so many iconic lines and moments that would just get memed. Lines, voices cracking. Where's Resident President? True. And Half-Life in 1998 too. That's fucking crazy. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid is, I think it is the most important PlayStation exclusive, and when I think like, oh, PlayStation, it's this game and this cover, which is also one of the coolest fucking covers ever. I know it's just text on a fucking white backdrop, but like the fucking balls to do that. It's not a guy with a gun, it's not a fucking sword or anything. Like, I think it's one of the rare cases where the US version is actually cooler than other regions, because it's just, you just see that and you're like, what the fuck is that? It's so sick. Less is more sometimes. That's what I'm saying. It's like the Japanese Final Fantasy covers where it's just the logo on white. It's so clean. What about DMC3? Dude, my brother Isaac was giving me shit. He's like, oh man, none of the Devil May Cry's are on there? And I'm like, yeah, I just never finished any of them. Because he loves the first one and Devil May Cry 3. The first one is super important too. Legit, the cover is so much aura. So much, dude. I mean, I think it's... Yeah, she a little busted, but she right here. And you got the screenshot with the codec call when he's like, it should be on the back of the game case to call Meryl. The stuff with Meryl is a little tough. Kojima definitely is Kojima with how he writes and portrays women. I think even to this day, I haven't played both Death Strandings. That part, you know, the double wide CD case, yeah, dude. Please insert disc 2. Come on now, isn't that after Sniper Wolf? Fucking love Sniper Wolf. God, I mean, I'm talking about how he writes women and Quiet in MGS5, but I'm also like, dude, Sniper Wolf's so fucking sick. I think Rick, he mentioning before, like, is this where the whole Snake thing comes from? And I think low key, yeah. Also, Snake Boy 229, I think is from my sister Julie. That when we were making like a merch video or some old YouTube video where I was like, what's up, it's your boy Halo 2, it's your boy this, blah blah blah. And I think we were just like throwing out made up names. I'm pretty sure Julie said Snake Boy 229, and I was like, damn, that's the best one. I feel like I gotta give her credit on that. It just fucking stuck. A2 Avelis, thank you for jumping in the pit. Really, I always assumed it came from Naked Snake. I mean, it's all there, man. It's all there. It's just like my Japanese animes. The only other double CD I ever had before that game was Big's Life After Death. Oh shit, the album. For whatever reason, I was... You're talking about Biggie. I read that and I was like, did he mistype A Bug's Life for PS1? Did that come on 2 discs? Yo, Joe Giroux in YouTube chat said Resident Evil 4 Remake is on sale. Should I buy it? Yes. In a heartbeat, regardless of the platform, man. If you've never played it, rip that shit. Nuke Duke, I'm talking about Metal Gear Awesome. Hell yeah. You gotta play Parasite Eve, bro. I got it. I never beat it, but I got it. It's on this shelf, too. Oh, that's definitely gonna make something else fall over, so maybe... Oh, you know, I can pull it out. If I could easily switch my camera around, I'd show you just a little stack of shit I have. And I think this is an interesting one where it is on 3 discs, but I think... Oh, Final Fantasy is in here. But I think only correct me if I'm wrong, to the fucking gamers in chat. Also, I had purchased this at Level 7 Games, I think in Denver, Colorado. It's still in there. I'm pretty sure Parasite Eve is only on 2 discs, but the third disc was like a demo. Oh yeah. Yeah, it says includes 1998 collector's CD for Xenogears, Bushido Blade 2, Brave Fencer Musashi, and Final Fantasy VIII. Damn. I did think about putting some of the Bushido Blades on here. Brave Fencer Musashi ripped too, but Bushido Blade 2 played the shit out of that. That is a very unique and sick game. Damn. I probably should have put that on here somewhere. Along with Thrasher. That disc went hard, yeah. Man. Anyways. Thank you so much for watching my presentation, chat. For real. It was very fun to put together. Let's put this shit back on. It was very fun to put together, very fun to think about. Obviously, it's just a subjective ass, my favorite games, and an excuse to get nostalgic and talk about them, but I appreciate you guys hanging out, watching. Usually I would follow this up of any PowerPoint and just having only streamed for a few hours with playing CS, but I think you could tell with my sniffly coffee ass, I think I'm just gonna rest up and go sleepy. But Friday, I'm planning on doing a long stream on Friday of just grinding CS. We hit the 10K, now I gotta get my 12, get my inventory back. Need some Jakey in my life, so thank you. Yo, appreciate anyone hanging out. Respect, King. Love you, Jakey. Appreciate you. Yo, thank you, YouTube chat. I remember Level 7 Games. I used to live in CO and went there a couple times. Oh, let's fucking go. Shout out Morgan Nelson. Shout out Pillow. Shout out Bed. For real. Love these PowerPoints, man. Please make more. No, I definitely will. This is very fun to put together. I think it'd be a pretty interesting experiment, obviously, with Nintendo, because not only are they exclusives, but you could even just do games made by Nintendo. But I think doing Nintendo exclusives would go crazy. So I don't know, maybe we'll do that at some point. Tifa PowerPoint win. Let's fucking go. Yo, also, is Casper too spooky? Thank you for subbing. Gilly, thanks for the late night stream. Feel better, King. Appreciate you, Gilly. No, I'm happy I just got up and did it, and we persevered. This went super well. I appreciate you guys tuning in.